Hello, I am Antwan Lopez, and I am here to teach you how to count cards. You may be wondering, what does this guy know about counting cards? Well, I've been attached to cards all my life, from family events where we played poker and blackjack to at school, where maybe against the rules, where we did gamble a little bit. I have been one with the cards for a very long time, so I picked up a tip or trick from that. So, in this overview, we're going to be talking about the basics of card counting, why you would want a card count, what skills you need. So I'm going to go over right now a few card counting systems. I want to mention them just so that you have them in mind in case the one I'm going to cover today doesn't really work for you. So we have high-low, knockout, and omegative. Right now, we're going to be covering high-low. High-low splits the deck into three groups: neutral cards, 9, 8, 7; high cards, which is king, queen, jack, 10 ace; and then low cards, which is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. As you can see on the right side of my presentation, we have we divide them into that way because we want to keep a running count. A running count is just, you know, if we have two kings out, it's going to be minus two minus ones. And if we have two fours, that's two plus ones. We need that so that we can have a true count, so that we know when's a good time to bet big and when it's not. So I'm going to take you into an example of that right now using the Steam game Tabletop Simulator. Right now we have out a uh, a presenting game or a fake game. So we can see we have two plus twos, two plus ones, and two minus ones. So with that information, we have a running count of 0. So to get our true count, what we need to do is take our running count of 0 and divide it by the number of decks. Here we're using the standard of casinos, which is 8. So it would be 0 divided by 8. It's 0. So not huge odds to win. Of course, you want to take into account regular casino play. Like here, we have a 14 to the dealer's queen, so maybe we'd want to bet a little more and hit. Want to hit. We got a 20, flipping over. This guy has a 9, and they have a 20. So we match. So yeah, keep regular poker strategies in mind, but a running count tells you the true count tells you when it's to bet big. This is because with the running count, we know how many face cards. We want to know how many face cards because getting blackjacks gives you 1.5 times more than what you would make than a regular win, which is just whatever you put in, you get back. So you want to be hitting blackjacks more often. And that's what card counting helps you do. We have the running count because, again, to make it more clear, if you have a 0.5 chance of winning, because again, if you're just counting how many kings or queens, if you have multiple decks, it's harder to say exactly how many are in there. That's what the running count, that's what the true count is for. So, and on that multiple deck issue, I bring it up because it's actually one of the ways casinos will try and stop you. Casinos will use multiple decks because, again, it inflates the numbers of cards and it makes it harder to hit those blackjacks. Also, they'll love to shuffle the deck constantly because then it messes with your running count and your true count, and it's more math you have to do, which is difficult for someone, especially if your dealer is moving faster. To block those in your head is a little hard. They'll also have surveillance, both the teams watching the cameras and pit bosses who will be on the floor walking around monitoring the players if they're card counting. So what it comes down to is math. Be quick at math and counting the cards up. Be aware of the countermeasures. Be subtle. Be quick. And practice. It's all about practice. So Are there any questions at this time?
Yes, I have two questions. One, is counting cards illegal or is it not? Um,
It continue.
and for my second question, is it when is it okay to leave the table?
Okay. So for the first question, you know that somewhere like Las Vegas has laws against cheating, but card counting isn't technically cheating. It's technically legal to card count. Now, if you bring in machinery or you have a buddy counting for you in the earpiece or whatever, that's illegal. But just card counting straight off your brain, that's not illegal. That's perfectly fine. As for when you should leave the table, that's going to depend on you. Personally, well, I leave, but like even I card count friends, but I would leave at a -2. That's what the professionals say. That's what I do with friends because it's bad. At that point, you're starting to have a hard time to get back up to that positive. But again, it's profits, what you think is good. Okay. So, with that being said, I hope you all had a great time and have a great day.